Hello and welcome to my first podcast, The War of Worth. Who better to start this podcast with than my own mentor, my guru, and India's most loved book coach, Shweta Samota.
You
Thank you.
also say the same thing now in that camera. In that camera. You can do it again.
Okay.
You can do it again.
This one.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to my first podcast, The War of Worth. Today, we are going to meet a wonderful person, my guru, my mentor, and India's most loved book coach, Shweta Samota. And from her, we are going to get a lot of lessons on self worth, on confidence, and how to embark on your journey to greatness. So stay tuned. We're going to have lots of interesting conversations today. Thank you so much for, joining me, ma'am, in this podcast.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you for having me here. And I look forward to having some fun time now.
Yeah. So, one of the reasons I wanted you in my first episode is that, you've done different things in life. You've been an early achiever, a school topper, the highest paid software employee. And from there to a failed tech startup, how did you cope with that failure? I think that lesson is something that even I would love to.
So it was very, very difficult. Like, kind of, you can say, I thought that I was a failure in my life, wanted to die. It felt like, end of the world for me. And looking back, I see, ek startup hi to tha, okay? That's why it's very important that we fail in lives. Right from the start, you should learn the art of failure also.
Yeah.
सब लोग बोलते हैं you should become successful. In fact, parents should say, fail more.
Yeah.
And they should celebrate every failure. We celebrate successes. In fact, we should celebrate failures as well.
Right.
Both are big things
Right.
to be able to do those things.
Right.
So I think we should celebrate both success and failure, because if you don't fail, and then when you actually fail, after having achieved so many things in life, it is tough to come back. Very tough. And then you need help.
Yeah.
You need professional help. You need to push yourself out of it.
Yeah, I've been there. I completely resonate with what you're saying. And, to a point where I almost had suicidal thoughts as well. So I can completely get what you're saying. And we are never taught to fail fast, move ahead. Agility just remains a concept in a software textbook. We don't apply it to life in terms of moving
Then
ahead.
it should become a part of school only. Teachers also should
Absolutely.
glorify failures as well.
Yeah.
Why we should say only the top one, the best one,
Correct.
first, second, third. We should also say that everyone who joined in, from them also.
There's so much to learn.
Yeah.
Right. And life is not like a 100-meter sprint that bhag gaye and khatam hua. You should look at it as an obstacle course, right? So now coming to you as a person, I mean, you have built an amazing tribe with India Authors Academy. And I know for a fact that you're an introvert, right? So for an introvert, to carry your own struggles within and embark on your journey to greatness, and also look at people who come with great aspirations, but also bringing in a lot of baggage, which you will somehow, consciously, unconsciously have to carry on their behalf before they can, become best authors, best-selling authors. How do you deal with the transition? One, for your own self and also for your community.
So for me, I think you're asking that being an introvert as well. Like,
Yes.
still how you are able to build a community.
Everything like that. Yeah.
And when you conduct events, then how do you connect to people?
Correct.
I don't know, how am I connecting there? But how I see is they are my students. Okay? They are like family members. So I don't see them as outsiders. तो कहाँ वो introvertness जो रहना चाहिए, that is not there. Because for family, inside the home, we are normal. When we go out and we have to really have that mask or something, that sense of vulnerability or judgment, that's there.
Yeah.
There's so many things introverts go through when they actually step out. But when it's my community, it's my community. So I don't have to worry about that. Secondly, I made peace with who I am.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of who I am. So वो भी judgment वाला भी नहीं है that when I am with my community, they know me. And I always tell them that be authentic, be yourself, and take pride in who you are and take pride in your scars and your struggles as well.
Right.
So वो issue वहाँ मुझे नहीं आता है. That I don't get that issue when I am with my community. What is the other part of the question?
And did that happen naturally, right? I mean, you have also struggled with agoraphobia. So, this whole transition, did that happen naturally, or was there a process you went through? Like,
Okay, so what I did was I joined community called as Pinkathon.
okay.
For me there as well, it was difficult because I'm an introvert. Now coming in contact with women who I don't know.
Yeah.
So it was a challenge at the start, but I still kept going because they inspired me. They inspired me because they were of ages like 50, 60-year-old. They are running like long kilometers. For example, they were doing 50 kilometers, they were doing 40 kilometers,
Wow.
they were doing 35 kilometers. So their company itself, that gave me inspiration. So it was a challenge, yes, but it started there and I started feeling comfortable going
Okay.
out with strangers for running. And I started meeting new people who were runners. So I gelled with more runners and started learning from them. So it was gradual, but the push was given by me because I was getting inspired from their journey. And it told me that, okay, you don't need any age to start running. So the process was gradual. This is what I followed. For inspiration, I got in. I started looking up to them. It really helped me as well to come out of agoraphobia. It inspired me that agar wo kar sakte hai, so even I can do it. That's how it all began for me with running.
Yeah. So I think being part of a tribe is such an important part of
Yes.
our lives.
Yes.
Being in the company of right people, our thrive people,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I also know that you're a 2 times TEDx speaker, right? So the first time, I think you had been to Siliguri,
Jalpaiguri.
Jalpaiguri, okay. And the second time was here in Bombay?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So what did you speak about in each of these
So the
platforms?
first TEDx talk was on change making. What lessons you can learn from change making to entrepreneurship. Okay. So I am a change maker. I have 2 petitions also to victory. So I combined the two. So what all lessons I learned from change making and how students, if they want to build their business, then what all things they can apply the learnings from here to the other side, which is entrepreneurship. That was the topic of my first talk.
Wonderful.
And the second one was on how stories build leaders. The second TEDx talk, which happened in Podar World College, Mumbai. How stories build leaders.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So I recently got invited for a TEDx a talk at Tap Me in Manipal. This happened in December 2024. And I shared my struggles with body dysmorphia, which went undiagnosed for almost 20 years of my life. And when I stood there on that stage is when I actually felt catharsis. Sharing our own stories is a radical act of courage, right? And it's also about, when you're doing that in platforms like that, you also get to meet people like you. And it is such an important part of our journeys. So thank you for sharing that. And Shweta, you are a huge believer in God and in universe, right?
Yes.
You go to temples very often.
Yes.
And even before your programs, you pray and you connect. Right? So tell us about your spiritual journey. Did that begin in the childhood, or is this something that you developed in the middle of your life? Or
In the middle of the life. Childhood, my mother also has seen this journey of mine, and she says that in childhood I never used to go in temples, or I didn't like to go to temples and all. Even in pujas at home, I would avoid. Probably it was because I was an introvert and I didn't want to meet people there. That could be one of the reasons. I don't remember that time why I was avoiding it. But it happened, the process was again gradual. After agoraphobia, I started looking up to the universe. Then Autobiography of a Yogi is where my journey began, where I started visiting temples, became more spiritual. The art of living, the meditation, I learned pretty early in 11th or 12th I was, maybe more than 30 years back. Yeah, 30, no, 25 years back. I learned that meditation, but I was not really practicing it. After I read the book Autobiography of a Yogi is when I started doing more meditation, connecting more to God. Now I started visiting more temples. So it happened after I went through struggles is when I remembered ki there is a higher power.
And it is such an important part of our journeys, right?
Yes.
And sometimes we, there's power all around us and we kind of not, leverage that power. I did the same mistake too.
Okay.
I come from a family of believers, both sides. I mean, my husband's side as well now. And even from early childhood, they are into temples and deities and all of that. But my connection with God has mostly been broken.
Okay.
And something shifted when I wrote my third book, which is The Friday Girl. Through that process, which was just meant to be a love sequel to my first book, it just shifted. It became a spiritual fiction in the course of me discovering myself through the protagonist.
How nice.
And that's how it was. So, I also come to realize that universe is an important part of, the whole thing.
And universe has its own ways to make us realize that
Yeah, I think those struggles are given to us for a reason.
for a reason.
Right?
Yes.
So now you are one of India's best book coach. You are in fact the top coach right now, and your authors are like on Amazon best-selling lists. And through your courses, you also tell them that you don't necessarily have to get stuck with one kind of genre,
Yes.
which I never understood because I came to the academy thinking I want to only write fiction, but I now see myself doing different things. And do you want to talk about your concept called the writing seasons? You talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So see, a lot of authors, they come and they have heard from others that you shouldn't shift to other genre.
Yeah.
You should build your, your authorship in one particular genre and stick to it. The reason I tell people that you please explore is you have written just one book and you're actually seeing the world like this. Okay? Like through just a tunnel or a box. Okay. You don't know the other side, how it looks. You don't know about yourself, whether you're better there. So I want them to explore different genre, to understand themselves and to understand what is working better for them in the industry, and then build authorship or a career in that. Now, if you look at some best authors of India like Ashwin Sanghi, he has done series in multiple genres. He didn't just stick to fiction.
Yeah.
Same goes for Chetan Bhagat. So if you see the authors who have made their name, they didn't stick to just one genre.
That's right.
Why? Because they see that they can add value to people in some way. Why then limit yourself to just one particular type of genre? Where if you can do a non-fiction, do it. If you can do a self-help, do it. But if there is a poet in you, will you not write poetry? J.K. Rowling did Harry Potter, but
Yeah.
she also did other stuff, okay? And she obviously used other name for it, for doing a thriller. But later on, she then used her name only because people knew that it was a pen name that she was using. So, because we have those things in us, we have creativity, we have imagination, so we will do fiction. It's just that what we are saying, the author season,
Yeah.
that we would know that आज मुझे ये करना है.
करना
You
है.
know, I am in this mood right now. I want to explore this. So explore it. Now the next few days, after a month or so, you realize, I have so much knowledge in this. I should share it to the world. So then you can do a non-fiction as well. Then you realize, अरे मेरी life तो बहुत ही, it's like a Bollywood script.
Right.
Then you can do an autobiography. Or you're like, नहीं मुझे सब कुछ share नहीं करना है. I want to share only one part of it. Then you do a memoir. So yes, that's what I tell my authors, that don't limit yourself, explore, and then if you want to make a lot of money, then you have series or you have a strategy to sell more books to the same audience. The reason why people say that write all books in one genre is because you create a market for yourself. Then you serve the same market multiple
again.
times. That's why.
That's actually a very thought-provoking thing, because most of us authors, when we come with the limiting belief कि यही करना है, but you kind of have challenged that notion, and thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Now, I really want to understand, how do you divide your time between family? You are a mother of a teenage daughter, a very creative one, in fact. And how do you manage and juggle between your different responsibilities in life?
I think it happens again naturally. Women are gifted with it. Ki while we can do the homework well, it's also the passion, the drive that helps us do our professional work as well. Because we enjoy doing it, we will do it.
Yeah.
We will ensure that we do it.
Right.
Same goes for men as well. It's not that they cannot do it. So here the answer is priority and passion. If both of the things are there, you will do it. Some people say, I don't have time. That means you don't have it in priority. Okay? The problem is never of time. The question is always about its priority. So you love your family. Obviously, they are your priority. As you know, in IA, I tell you that find time for your family to connect, because सब कुछ पैसा है. You have a great professional life, but अगर time नहीं है family के लिए, then you need to rework and ensure that you make time for family. How I do it is, I'm forced to do it. Meaning my daughter comes and she's like, okay, now the next 1 hour you're not going anywhere and you're just with me. And then we have our Sunday time, lunch time, or evening dinner time. That is forced. Like we are going all out and we are not going to work. Then we have play time like Uno time or some game time that we consciously spend in the evening or at night for half an hour that we play together. So that's how you can make a nice, happy, enjoyable family time together. That's what we have been doing.
And that's a very important key takeaway for me and for all our listeners as well, because we have a tendency to get carried away into the flow of things, and kind of balancing all aspects of our life sometimes becomes a struggle. And it is important to schedule those. I think that's a very important takeaway for me from this conversation, that until it's scheduled, sometimes it doesn't get done, right?
So on Eva's birthday, what we did is we planned the full day out. Okay? No gadgets. And we had like, have you been to some mystery room or something? A family. So it's like you go to that room and you solve a puzzle together and you get 1.5 hour to do it. And you're locked into that room. And sometimes it can come dark and there can be some different noises. So as a family, you play. So we planned it out the entire day. We were doing different activities as a family. Not like कि बच्चे को वहाँ छोड़ दिया तो करके वापस आ जा. We did bowling together. So we really have like good time bowling together. We generally then plan once a month at least. We should do bowling together. So like this, families can plan out playtime together.
Wonderful. What are your plans with India Authors Academy next? I mean, you've built a tribe. There are thousands of people, getting mentorship under you. What do you plan to do next in your journey?
We're already expanding, and I would say still we are small. We aren't that big. We are few thousand, I think 6,500 plus community members right now. We want to make this the largest community from India and then in the world. So we would market more, we would, brand, focus more on branding. And books-wise, I'll write more books. For IA-wise, we have collaboration books. So we want to enable authors to collaborate more with each other and raise each other's credibility. We have introduced new initiatives, like we have the Hype Hive, where we are using now the community itself to create hype around each other's books. Why not do that?
Right.
rest of the world, it's like मैं अकेला बनाऊंगा और मैं ही यूज करूंगा. I thought we need to change this. We build a community. Everyone uses it. So that's one of the things, key things I am working at as. We build a community which is everyone able to use it. So that's Hype Hive. We're doing Influence Lab. We are doing the collaboration books. And ahead, we're doing the podcast, getting our authors here, and then we are helping them raise their credibility using our platform. That's what, ahead also we are going to do that we build a place where people don't feel like, I have to start from zero. No, you don't have to start from zero. You come here, we give you a platform, you start from here ahead. That's what is, my vision going ahead, that we want to help authors start not from zero, but from a place that we can give, we can support them to start with. And of course, to bring back the glory of Nalanda, we'll have to do the 1 million books. And one idea I had was, why not do a Guinness World Record? Still not yet like fully materialized and not strategized yet how we are going to do it. That's one of the things that came to me as an idea, that if you want to do many books, let's attempt a Guinness World Record together.
Wow.
Like we already do the Independence Day publishing, the day where we plan, okay, let's publish as many books as possible.
Yes.
Then we do the Valentine's Day. Then we do the Republic Day. Like this special days we identify. And we encourage authors to do it together fast. Like, because we give them a date, it becomes easier for them to, special day hota hai. So now if we club it with, say, Guinness World Record, then it becomes all the more inspiring for people to, okay, let's participate in a challenge, and we'll also then get a Guinness World Record holder kind of thing, that I was there in this particular Guinness World Record. I think that's one of the things in plan. Let's see how it unfolds.
ये आप ही सोच सकते थे, because you've pioneered something no one in India has thought before. A tribe for authors, and building a community and doing something so large in such a beautiful way, where it just doesn't become a book journey. It becomes a lot more about mindset and the spiritual shift that happens inside authors as well. Because when we come into the community, it is just about one book, and then we kind of realize that there is a lot more in this journey to greatness. So you are Shweta Samota, and this is something only you could have thought of. So
that's you, Nisha. That's you. Thank you.
So, I really want to understand. You are a very confident person. I've seen you on stage, in your talks, even in your online sessions. There is a certain aura that comes across, and even through the screen, we as your mentees, as your students, can get that aura from you. Where do you draw your energy from?
I think from my parents, from my ancestors, their blessings, and my mentors' blessings, and then the blessings that I get from my community. I think it's them, it's their power that I get this courage and this confidence, this energy to show up and serve. I would tell it's them. They have given me this.
Yeah, and can you share one, confidence hack or trick with the young audience that is watching us?
Okay.
People that struggle with self-worth issues, and maybe there is a lot of negative self-talk, and anything that you can suggest in terms of building their self-confidence?
They can do is, I'll give you this challenge. For next 30 days, if they do it, guaranteed, they will see that their self-worth has increased. For next 30 days, if you can do just 30 minutes of walking or running, some kind of physical fitness activity. I'm not saying do meditation. I'm not saying do any other thing. No writing, nothing. Okay. You do for next 30 minutes, say चाहिए तो YouTube पे जाके एक कोई zumba कर लो, कोई dance कर लो. Okay. Whatever you feel like. If you like doing gymming, then you do gymming. If nothing of that, जाओ 30 minutes walking करके आओ. If they do it for the next 30 days, 30 minutes of exercise every single day, guaranteed I can write it, they will feel better about themselves and they'll feel more confident about themselves in next 30 days.
Wow.
And then don't stop. Please continue doing it.
Right, right. Thank you for that. And before we wind up, I want to have some quick rapid fire questions for you. One word that resonates with love for you.
Care.
Okay. Your favorite book.
The Running Effect.
Okay. Your favorite holiday spot.
I don't have. Okay, I'll say Dubai.
Okay. Favorite actor.
Shah Rukh Khan.
Okay. Morning or night?
I for me both are good,
Okay.
but
Choose one.
I'll take morning.
Okay. And one word to describe Shweta Samhota.
Consistency.
Awesome.
Thank
I
you.
think with that, we come to the end of this podcast. Thank you so much for being here. And I consider this as a divine intervention because we are doing this on a very auspicious day. And to have my mentor here, and I actually think your guru, I mean, it's not just a mentor for me, you've been my guru. I've had a lot of mentors, but it's only you that I consider as my guru because there are a lot of hands that have held me. But for a kite to really fly high, it needs to be in the right hands. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank
and blessing this podcast with your grace. And I want to thank all the audience watching this. Thank you so much for listening to us.
Thank you.
And wherever you go, remember to two words: bring your own brightness.